Hello friends and welcome back to my homestead. So today is a cleanup garden day. It's time to clean up the garden, everything that's been growing here during the summer, remove the last fruit that we have. A lot of still green tomatoes, but I'm going to collect them all and I'm going to bring them in a house, wrap them in a newspaper, store them in a box, and they will turn red. It's going to be perfect. But I'm getting my space ready for fall gardening, and I already have a video about that, so I'm gonna put a link up to that. But yes, I'm clearing up all of these old tomatoes, removing that, and I like to plant something here because see how it has a I have the string where I was tying up my tomatoes, which is perfect. So in case of a frost, I will be able to throw a plant fabric covering, so that will be able to protect them from the frost, and I can plant late into the season because certain things can be planted in late into the season. So right here I'm going to be clearing up all of my tomatoes. I'm going to be adding more compost, and I'm going to be planting some lettuce, radishes, and kale. The soil always have to be fed. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Like a mini snake. So big. Anyway, the soil must be fed. So when you remove the old crops and before you plant other crops, it's always important to feed. It's almost like, you know, before you go into battle, you have to have a good meal. Before you run for a marathon, you need to be well nourished, right? Same thing here. So I cleaned up the garden, and now I'm getting the soil ready to plant my fall crops. And my fall crops that I'm going to be planting today are going to be lettuce that will germinate very quickly and will be ready to harvest in about 40 days. And then I'm also prepared soil for radishes. Radishes germinate within 5 to 7 days and ready to harvest in 25 days. So I am planting them under these string where I used to tie up my tomatoes, and in case early frost hits us, I will be able to cover this row with some sort of a protection, just in case. But in the meanwhile, I am getting my soil ready. So I pushed away all of the mulch that I had earlier, and I'm putting now compost. And this compost is absolutely beautiful. Look at this. This is my compost. My papa calls it black gold because it sure is. It's absolutely black gold. You cannot ask for better. So I'm putting a small light kind of layer of compost on the ground, and just for extra something, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of organic fertilizer. It's not necessary to do that. I'm just giving every fighting chance for these plants to survive this fall. So this is an organic fertilizer rich in magnesium, phosphorus, nitrogen, a little bit of sulfur, potassium. Again, just something, little oomph to the soil, but you really don't have to. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be planting is radishes, and it's even simpler than anything. It comes in this fancy little pre-packaged tape seed. So there are 3 packages together, 3 rows together, so you separate them, right? And then if you look at it closely, it's thin, thin, thin paper, almost like toilet paper, like tissue paper. And each seed is spaced out perfectly 1 inch apart, a little bit more than an inch apart. And it's perfect. That means when the plant comes up to the surface, I don't have to thin it out. You know why? Because it's gonna be spaced out perfectly. So here I am, I'm gonna just lay it on the ground and cover again lightly with very, very loose soil. That's all she wrote. Is not perfect, so I'm not gonna water any of this right now because the soil is very, very moist from recent rains. So friends, I hope you are encouraged to learn fall gardening. I hope you are encouraged to grow food for your family, organic food, and bring it to your table fresh. So I hope you're encouraged and you try something new.